The showcase of the best players in the NFL is coming up as Las Vegas welcomes the Pro Bowl for the first time. The stars of the AFC and NFC are ready to shine. Next on EA Sports.
It's the National Football League presented by EA Sports. For years, the NFL's best received a trip to Honolulu or Orlando for their efforts, but now they get a trip to Vegas as EA Sports welcomes you to Allegiant Stadium here in Southern Nevada. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, and Charles, it's the Pro Bowl. You never really know what to expect, so I guess I'll ask you, what do you expect?
Well, in recent years, it has turned into an absolute offensive explosion, hasn't it? Games in the 50s are not out of line. What you're hoping is that some of these great defenders have a chance to adjust and react and maybe narrow that down a little bit. But I will say, this game is tilted heavily towards the offense's advantage.
Players the NFL has to offer on one stage. The AFC-NFC Pro Bowl underway here in Vegas. And this will go as a touchback, and they will begin things at the 25. Here comes the NFC offense, and CD, it'll be Russell Wilson who leads them out under center.
And no doubt about it, it was a banner year for quarterbacks in the NFC. A number of guys could very well have been selected for this, but I thought he stood out. I thought he found a way to separate himself from the pack, and he's been rewarded as the starting quarterback in the Pro Bowl. Definitely the right choice in my book.
First carry of the game for Christian McCaffrey. And he'll work this forward for about 3 and second down.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
Second down and right back to McCaffrey. And this will go for 5 up to the 33.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
An early test, 2 plays in. This is 3rd and 2. They'll try and pick it up with McCaffrey. Yeah, he's going to be stopped short of a first down as they'll get to him at about the 33. Just a 1-yard gain on the play, and that'll mean a call to the punt team as it's 4th down.
3rd and 2, and they ran the ball for only 1 yard, and everybody's going to scream at the offense. Well, let's give a lot of credit to the defense on that play. Defensive front out leveraged the offensive line. They got more people to the football. Yeah, they won that battle in a big way, and they're forcing a big decision now by the guys on offense.
On 4th down, here's Andy Leon to kick it away. A 39-yard punt, a return of 5, and the AFC will take over 1st and 10. So here comes the AFC for their opening drive. They're led by the NFL's MVP in 2018 and also MVP of Super Bowl 54 in his 5th season. It's Patrick Mahomes.
I know he's not showing it on the outside, but inside, he's got to be celebrating because think about all the quarterbacking we saw in the AFC this year. 5 or 6 guys could have earned this honor. He got the nod, a real feather in his cap.
And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. Looking to throw is Mahomes. Escaping the pressure right. He'll end up getting 5 out of that, but now they're looking at 3rd down. Working from the gun, Mahomes. That's complete to Austin Eckler, the running back. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45.
One of my old teammates called me the other day when he was watching the game. He's like, man, trying to watch an NFL game and trying to account for their passing game. That's difficult. And just when you think you get everything covered, here comes a back out of the backfield. And in this case, he picks up a first down.
Clock rolling as we hit the midway point of this first quarter. Mahomes now on first down. And this is caught. First catch for Keenan Allen. 7 yards the pickup there. 3 yards remain for second down. Shotgun snap to Mahomes. And a dangerous throw there as that's knocked down and incomplete.
And that's a nice job there because you've got to play the ball, not the man when in coverage. That'll keep you away from a lot of needless penalties. And he's able to knock that one away.
Mahomes looks to throw on third down. He's got it complete to Stephon Diggs. And he's going to get this inside the 30. And forget about the run to set up the pass. They're just coming out throwing.
Forget trying to set anything up. They feel like they have the advantage. They feel like they have the matchups, and they're just attacking right now.
Yep, going to the air on the opening drive. Running on first down, Eckler. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. They're going to go toss right side with Eckler. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. He went backwards 7 yards, setting up a tough third down.
It'll be real interesting to take a look at this play later because on this pitch toss play, I get the sense that he just followed the pulling guard or the pulling offensive lineman through that hole and spilled this play early.
Yeah, because he didn't even get to the outer third of the field. He was tackled in the middle third.
Yeah, when you're talking about a pitch or a toss tackled there, that means they read it fast and diagnosed it and knocked him down in a hurry.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And that is caught for an AFC touchdown. Keenan Allen, 37 yards. And the AFC has taken the early lead. The one thing that we know for sure, do not question the arm strength of Patrick Mahomes, one of the strongest around.
And that is absolutely demoralizing for a defense because you've got the offense on the ropes. It's 3rd down. You're trying to get off the field and then wham. You have a letdown in the secondary, and you give up a big one.
And that one, and even 60 yards in the air. Wow. Chris Boswell now for the extra point. And he's got it to make it 7-0 AFC. That time a 9-play drive. And it ends with an AFC touchdown. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. And this will not be returned. It's a touchback, and they'll begin at the 25. So now we'll get our second look in this game at the NFC offense. And they'll certainly be trying to do better than that first drive where they went 3 and out.
And sometimes the first drive is just simply to settle nerves. You know what it's like at the start of a game with the emotion. Guys a little bit jumpy.
But you do.
Oh, you understand the same way. It's just like us calling one, right? Making sure we ease into the game, let it come to us.
Well, you went
and
3
now
and
they have that opportunity.
No, you didn't go 3 and out. I went 3 and out on that first drive. I'm trying to do better here. They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. From the shotgun to McCaffrey. Oh, good move. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. It's a big play for the NFC. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. The NFC with the football here to begin the second quarter. as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Here's Wilson. This is caught by Robinson. And inside the 20 before he's brought down.
This has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
And a good physical run that time. He's going to wind up gaining 5 on that one.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball, but when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
He'll get this out wide here to McCaffrey. And he'll get this down inside the 5 to the 4 before he's out of bounds. Now it's Wilson. This is caught. Touchdown! Amari Cooper from 4 yards out. And the NFC just an extra point away from tying up this game. There was no going through the progressions on that touchdown pass.
Yeah, nor was it necessary. His receiver won that route early, presented himself. No reason to wait. Go ahead and put it on him and score a touchdown.
Evan McPherson for the extra point. It's up and good, and we're tied at 7 here in quarter number 2. A drive that time of 6 plays. And it's finished off by an NFC touchdown. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. So now the AFC offense here coming back out for their second drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Now a run on 1st down is not going to get off the ground as they will get it behind the line of scrimmage for a loss of 3. So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the 1st down run goes backwards.
That's not an easy play for a defensive end because most of his responsibility has him getting upfield and working, but how about his vision to see where the play was going, crashed down inside, and tackled him for a loss.
And he will finally go out of bounds, but not before he takes it down to the 25. First, Stephon Diggs, he can do a lot of things, CD. He can be a possession-type receiver. He can take the top off a defense, or he can do what we saw right there, make a catch, and then turn it into a big game.
Yeah, and this is what we mean when we talk about flipping the field, having your offense look at going a long way to a short way after he makes a play. His ability to do that, evident. Able to make the catch there, keep his momentum going, and just continue downfield.
And the next-gen stats show us the tale of how much yardage he was able to tack on after the catch. So that changes things in a big way. Now from all the way down inside the 30, here's 1st and 10. Looking for Diggs, and it's intercepted. And Xavier Woods with a pick. There he goes, right side. And he's going to bring this one back for an NFC touchdown.
I have to believe that in a Pro Bowl situation, you know, we talk about these defensive backs during the season, that they're educated gamblers. They take the education out of it. They just go for the football here. Hey, try and make a big play, and if you get one, you really look terrific in this game.
And McPherson on for the extra point. And he's got it. It's now a 14-7 ball game. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown. Taken in at the 3. And he'll be stopped up at the 25. The AFC offense set to take their next drive. And following the pick 6, and decent field position in throwing that pick six. We'll see how they attack this drive.
And I think all you say to your guy is, listen, let's just take care of the football a little bit better. Make some better decisions on this drive, and they'll probably help him a little bit with maybe some really high percentage throws early to let him get settled back in.
But they told him, and they told us, they've got confidence. That's not a problem.
Yeah, not a problem at all. They just want to make sure they get things settled down a little bit for their offense and give their defense a little bit of a chance to rest.
On second down, Eckler. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line.
Even though they gave up more than they wanted to on that play, it actually illustrates how well they bottled him up throughout the game because that was his longest run of this contest.
On play action, it's Mahomes. He's got the hook up with Diggs. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. A big play there for the AFC.
How about the first half he's putting together? Well over 100 yards already with that last catch. And to me, they'd be well served to keep looking his way. A number of big plays already in this one.
Touchdown, defense. Let's go, baby.
Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth,
Yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
To throw again on second down. Mahomes on the screen. This is Eckler. Give him 3 on the screen. He couldn't break free, and it's third down.
And that's all about recognition right there because he's got to go from pass rush mode to pursuit mode, what defensive line coaches like to call retracing. And he's able to retreat and make the tackle for just a short gain.
And he will have the first down before he's tackled at the 12.
Well, they were in the red zone, and they needed a first down. Was it a surprise to you that they went to the tight end?
Not at all. I thought, though, the defense might put a little more pressure on him, but still able to complete it. Flushed out right. Finding Diggs near the sideline. And it looks like he'll be just a yard shy of the 5 here as he's out at the 6. A gain of 6 there on first. 2nd and 4. They could still get a first down without scoring. From the gun, it's Mahomes. And it's caught.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch.
And he will take this in for an AFC touchdown. Austin Eckler as the first half is winding down. And the AFC is an extra point away from tying this game up. So it was the passing game that got him down here, but closer to the goal line, it's the running game that gets him home.
Certainly appears that they lulled the defense into thinking that the passing game was going to be it the entire drive. Nice change up there going to the running game to get him over the goal line.
Boswell good with the extra point, and we are tied here in the second quarter. A good drive that time as they go 9 plays in all. And it's Austin Eckler who finishes things off with a touchdown run. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. Clock at 20 seconds to go in the half as they come up 1st and 10. One final possession for the NFC in this first half. And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down. And they will not really have time to do much of anything. 15 seconds, all that remains before halftime. They'll keep it on the ground again here. And they're going to be waiting for him as they get him behind the line. So thanks to the late touchdown, it's a tie ball game here heading to break. As we send you to our EA studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. We'll get back to you and Charles in a minute. But first, time to give the folks at home a look at what's going on around the NFL. We'll move on now to check out the next-gen stats in that first half for our home team. And they've definitely been able to exploit some holes in that opposing secondary, as they threw for close to 200 yards in those first two quarters. Meanwhile, on the other side, we get a look at their numbers on the ground in that first half, as they'll be looking to rev things up here in a tie ball game.
All right, Coach, thanks. Yeah, both teams likely to make some changes in what's been a closely fought battle to this point. And ready to get the party started for the second half. It was an even first half, all tied on the scoreboard. And he'll be brought down right on the chalk of the 20. Here's Stephon Diggs as he and the rest of the offense get ready to go again. And he's racking up the yardage. You see the catches. Defensively, what do you do here to stop a guy like this?
You keep trying to change things up because nothing is really working. Whether you have a man on him, two people, you're showing different types of zone defenses combined with man-to-man coverages. Try and change things up and eventually get to the point where maybe you put enough people on him, they won't throw the ball to him anymore.
The offense for the AFC set to go now. It's a tie football game here. What do you think, Charles, the message was at halftime?
Well, I think that they probably just looked at things and said, we're fortunate that this is a tie game. No need to panic, no need to change a whole lot. We didn't put anything close to our best in the first half, so we don't have to go out and win one for the Gipper. Let's just go out and play our best football and win one for us.
What a game it's been for this duo.
They remind me of a good comedy team. They know how to play off of each other so well. No matter how one riffs, the other's right there to pick them up, and they are shredding them in this ball game.
So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. Now a toss play to Eckler. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. It's Khalil Mack, the All-Pro, in there to get him behind the line. After the loss, they'll come up 2nd and 13. Now here's Mahomes. He'll get this to Eckler. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30.
Yeah, big play there. And when you have a running back that you can use like a wide receiver, when he has that kind of versatility, you do as they did there. Get him out of the backfield and give those defensive backs something else to worry about.
Mahomes now on 1st down. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. Here's 2nd and 10. Mahomes now to throw. Open man, it's the tight end Kelsey. Touchdown! Travis Kelsey, 29 yards. And the AFC has broken this tie.
As a general rule, quarterbacks don't want to lock in on a receiver before the ball is snapped. But in this case, based on the matchup he thought he was going to get, it was favorable for his tight end. He locked in on him early and found him for a touchdown.
Extra point now by Boswell. It's up and good, and that'll make the score 21-14. So the drive there, 5 plays, 80 yards. And it ends with an AFC touchdown. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25. Now the NFC heading out for their first drive of the second half. And this game was all square at halftime, but now they find themselves down 7 following the opening drive touchdown here in the third quarter.
And they need to take a good, relaxing, deep breath, don't you think? Because right now they might start to feel like they've got to play catch-up here. and start matching them point for point. But it's still too early to get there. They can still run their offense. Plenty of time to get back in this game.
64 yards rushing now on 8 carries for him so far.
We don't talk about it very often, but sometimes there's a dip in intensity when you start the second half, which can manifest itself in some sloppy tackling. And how about right there? He ran right through that weak tackle attempt.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. On the ground, Mccaffrey. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Bradley Chubb there on the tackle.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
This one has been fun so far, as the Pro Bowl usually is. A lot of relaxed faces out there. 2nd and 10. Wilson. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down. An incomplete pass on 2nd down. It muddles things a little bit here. This is 3rd and 10. Throwing is Wilson. Being chased out left. Wiggles free. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. Gain of 9 that time on the scramble. 1 yard shy of the marker, and it brings up 4th.
Okay, he's not going to get the 1st down, but this is still a nice job of buying some time and then running to get to the sideline and get out of bounds and avoid the big hit.
And now we move our focus to Stephon Diggs. Seems like the measuring stick for a receiver for a great game is 100 yards. Well, he's well past that now.
And as we analyze how he's getting them, that's where it really becomes fun because, let's face it, they keep sending coverage at him, keep trying to put the pressure on, yet he finds ways downfield and finds openings. That's a really crafty receiver.
Meanwhile, Mahomes' throw here complete to Kelsey. And they're able to get this one across the 35. On 1st down, Mahomes. He'll get this out wide to Eckler. And a loose football. And it's scooped up by the NFC. And he will take this back. A fumble return for an NFC touchdown. So they were down by a touchdown, probably just hoping the defense could hold it, maybe force the punt. Instead, they force the turnover and take it into the house.
Well, the plan was perfect. That's exactly what they wanted. Instead, they got a lot more than that. Big-time capitalization by taking the ball away and putting it in the end zone.
McPherson on for the point after. He's got it, and we're all tied at 21. So not only the cough up, but then the pickup on the other side, the scoop, and the score the other way, the fumble return for a touchdown. A couple of teams locked into a good one here. 21 all the score as the kick's away. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19. The AFC offense set to take their next drive. Here's Eckler to begin the drive. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. Throwing now is Mahomes. Eluding the pressure right. To the right side, it's Kelsey. And he's taken down. It's a gain of 3 from the 17 to the 20. He was out there waving his arms, and when you got a quarterback out of the pocket looking for any help, I guess waving the arms is helpful.
It certainly is, because you got to get his attention, because now you're in scramble drill. So everyone's adjusting their routes, finding open space, and he found the right spot for the completion.
Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete. Here's Cameron Johnston now as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. Webster now to return. It'll be a net of 40 yards following a punt of 44. And the NFC will take over 1st and 10. Here's the NFC offense set to take over again. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Las Vegas. Welcome back, everybody. All even as we get ready to start the fourth. Only a yard there on the keeper, and that's going to leave him with a third down.
Anytime you decide to use your quarterback as a runner, most of the time when you design a play, you're expected to break a little bit bigger than this one, because when you run him on short gains, your risk-reward and him taking hits, I'm not sure that's the payoff they were looking for.
And now here's a deep shot that's complete. And all the way in for the touchdown. Calvin Ridley, 61 yards. And the NFC has broken the tie. That's what we want right there, CD. It's a Pro Bowl. Give us some of these long touchdowns.
We want plays that cover a lot of ground. We want long-distance plays, whether long-distance runs, long-distance passes. It doesn't matter. In the Pro Bowl, big plays are what we're all looking for.
McPherson now for the extra point. And it's good. That makes it a 28-21 game. The long touchdown pass gets him 6 on a very, very tidy two-play drive that time. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. The offense for the AFC set to go now. And it's great to see the stars all out in one place, but in terms of football, what's really great to see is a very entertaining Pro Bowl as we are tied in the fourth quarter.
And how many of these guys thought going into this game, after a pretty easy...
Oh, what a juke into space! And all the way inside the 35 before he goes out of bounds. Mahomes finding his tight end Kelsey for a big one. 43 yards.
And CD, we have seen some great runs the last few times we've been together, but I think we could at least put this one in our top 5. That was a determined gallop there.
And as a former defender, I can tell you with certainty, those are the ones that have you losing sleep at night. I would not like to be in that film room on Tuesday going over that one. Just a pretty poor effort defensively, and it leads to a big play.
They fake the give. Now Mahomes. This is caught. And he will score. Touchdown AFC. Keenan Allen. His second touchdown of the afternoon. And the AFC is an extra point away from tying this game up.
We are set up for a fantastic finish now. A fourth quarter touchdown here. We're an extra point away from a tie football game.
And I know they're thinking about possibly going for 2, but I'd go ahead and kick this one and just get it back to level.
Boswell for the extra point. And we are tied here in the fourth quarter. That drive started on their own 25. 2 plays, 75 yards later, into the end zone. So right back to square one, tied at 28 as he kicks it away.
And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback.
The offense for the NFC back out there.
Well, they just gave up the score to tie it. That's the bad news. The good news, plenty of time in this fourth quarter to try to grab that lead back.
They start on the ground with McCaffrey. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line.
75 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
Now, that was an excellent run. And when you see that happen, that's when you're seeing guys doing their job and then some people doing a little bit more. Offensive linemen and tight ends, they're expected to block. But the wide receivers, all they want to do is catch passes. So when they block on a big-time running play and create extra space, you've got to hit the jackpot there.
The offense on third down tonight, just 1 for 3 thus far. They're looking at third in the nose of the football. Shotgun handoff now to McCaffrey. And he will have first down yardage as he's brought down at the 41.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
So through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now.
Wilson's throw pulled in by Kittle.
A gain of 6 there on first. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
On second down, McCaffrey. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
Here's McCaffrey. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left it no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Cameron Sutton. And they finally put it into this return, but not before he's all the way down to the 37.
Well, we say it often, Charles, but not all interceptions are created equally, and that is a big one here in a tie ball game in the fourth quarter.
And Brandon, when games are this close, it usually comes down to the team making the fewest mistakes, and that was one of our mantras back at Tennessee. Coach Major used to say all the time, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. You've got to cut those down to give yourself an opportunity.
Getting down to the good stuff, all tied with 2 minutes remaining on EA Sports. They go play action. Now Mahomes steps away to his left. And he'll be out of bounds, able to get it down to the 25 there. Well, there you go. Save your best scramble of the day for a big-time situation in the fourth quarter, picking up the first.
You don't want to use it up early, right? You want to make sure you save it for that exact moment, that key time. And that's what he did, although you and I both know it wasn't planned that way. But what a nice job using his eyes, scanning the field, and realizing when it was time to exit the pocket and go.
Here's Mahomes.
It's Kelsey on the ground. Now the NFC going to call the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10.
On the give, this is Eckler. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. Now the NFC going to take a timeout, their second, as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Keep in mind they can still get a first down here as they come up on 2nd and inches. Once more, here's Eckler. And this is not going to do it as he's stopped at the 2-yard line. Now the NFC going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. They'll try to pick up the first with Eckler. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage.
But they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
A game-winning field goal would be a chip shot from here. Let's see how they play it on 1st and goal. Try to punch it in with Eckler. And that's a touchdown as they've broken our tie here in the final minute of the fourth.
many more of these my heart can take, my man? I just don't know. Another big touchdown late in the game. They look like they're in control, but still, there's a chance. Block the extra point, go down and score, kick the extra point themselves. They can pull this one out.
Yeah, but also on the sideline that just took the lead, you got to get your defense ready and the special teams unit for the kickoff coming up.
Yeah, you're exactly right. Got to pull everyone together, make sure they're still focused and aren't already celebrating a win.
Extra point put through by Boswell, and they will take a 7-point lead.
Visitors 35, our home team 28. Chris Boswell set to kick off.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. And with time a factor here late, he'll just take a knee and they'll start things out at the 25. So Russell Wilson in the offense, down by 7, a little over 30 seconds remaining. Now they've got to travel the full 75 yards, and time is obviously a huge factor here. 1st and 10.
Pass complete to Robinson. And he's going to pick up a first down here as that clock continues to run.
Throwing now is Wilson.
He's going to drop this down to McCaffrey.
So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch, and it'll be a 2nd down. So, Charles, final thoughts on this AFC victory?
Bottom line, nobody appeared to be seriously hurt. That's the first thing we look for in this game. Well played, a lot of fun, a lot of excitement. I think that everyone's going to go home pretty happy, especially the AFC since they won the game.